Well, good day, all. This is the A.S. SholesOpinion coming to you. I'm Trace the Cheddar. This is the infamous
Duerke Shillington. How's everybody doing today?
How you doing, Dirk?
Yeah, I'm doing okay, buddy. I just hope everybody out there is getting along pretty good today. How you making out today?
I'm all right. You know, just another beautiful day on planet Earth. So what you got on the radar for us today?
Well, I'll tell you, we got a lot of interesting shows coming up, and they're all kind of based around this immigrant thing. Boy, this is a hot topic right now. And I reached out to a gentleman in the Springfield, Ohio area. We've got some information from him, but right now what we're going to look at is just videos over a time period to show like the string of events. What do you call it? Like a timeline.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, this is kind of be a leader to the other things we're going to point out about this. And you know, what's your feelings on just this immigration, just the shit that is going on?
Well, I think what troubles me most is when you and I started talking about doing this show, I started Googling, right? Let's see what we got here. Well, you know, I Googled Springfield, Ohio, and the whole first page of entries on Google were mainstream media spinning its opinion on there's no problem here, right? And so I think what's most troubling to me and should be most troubling to America is the fact that you have to go to boots on the ground, such as this, you know, gentleman that you reached out to and these other, you know, sources that we found to see what's really going on. Mainstream media is just totally glossing this over. And that's upsetting as hell to me. You know, it's not good.
No, absolutely not. And, you know, the mainstream media, and I don't want to get real deep into this, but they're not doing us any favors. You know, and everybody thought Trump's crazy. What's this fake media? But then you realize, you know, there's a war in Ukraine. You know, there's a war, you know, in Israel, and you know, there's all kinds of things going on. You don't see any of it in the news. And I'll tell you what's the most disturbing to me right at this moment in time is this immigration and what's going on with the people of this country, the Americans who have built this country. I don't think anybody, any human, should be hungry or homeless. But as far as coming across that border into this country and having somebody pamper you is that's foreign to me. It shouldn't be. And
well, you know, hey, it's the cost of a new vote, right? A new party vote.
Is that what we got to do to get votes for people? Is destroy the country? And there's a lot of opinions on this, and I think we should do maybe just a you know, a spitball show on this. But let's get into what we're going to do here today. This is already going to be a little bit longer show, and a much needed show, I believe.
All right, let's roll it.
Okay, well, let me do a little intro here. We're going to roll these clips. It's a bunch of short clips, and we're going to pause and comment. And hey, if you're watching this video, you have anything to say about this, please leave a comment. Let us know what you think, so we can bring better information to present. But anyways, all right, let me you want to talk Trace? I know you like to talk.
No, I got nothing right now, brother. Roll that film.
Thank goodness. All right. Well, hey, here we here we
In case you didn't hear.
the man's a genius, right? I mean,
IQ of 2.
yeah. Just ignore him. He'll stop. There we go. All right. Well, hey, I'm going to share this. Put this up here, and I've left everybody's information on there. I'm not trying to cut anybody's, claim to what work they've done. But here we go. We're gonna get this started here.
Homeland Security Investigations has sent out a memo to its staff stating that there are direct threats to police in local areas of the United States. That includes Denver as well as Albuquerque. Now, these threats are, quote, to greenlight attacks on cops and shootings of cops.
Fastest growing transnational criminal organization known as the Tren de Aragua is a Venezuelan gang that has now infiltrated its way into the United States through various sectors of the U.S.-Mexico border.
U.S. Border Patrol is concerned over Venezuela's most dangerous gang crossing into the United States, with law enforcement arresting members from Texas all the way to New York. Jorge Ventura is with us now. Jorge, how have these gang members become such a problem, and just how dangerous are they?
Well, good morning, Marky. Well, the Tren de Aragua gang is Venezuela's most dangerous gang, and according to federal officials, members of this gang are taking advantage of the ongoing border crisis and entering the country illegally. Now, according to U.S. Border Patrol Chief Jason Owens, Border Patrol agents arrested this man on the Texas border, a Venezuelan national and a known member of the Tren de Aragua gang. According to Owens, Tren de Aragua gang is known for murder, drug trafficking, sex crimes, and more. And in New York, another member of Tren de Aragua gang was arrested. Venezuelan national Yerben Lozana Munoz was taken in Friday by ICE agents. He was previously arrested in March for allegedly squatting in a home filled with guns and drugs. And a few weeks ago in Chicago, agents arrested another member of the Tren de Aragua gang. Aldelves Rodriguez Carmona is accused of being involved in a drive-by shooting. He entered the country illegally in 2022 in Eagle Pass, Texas. And an immigration lawyer who works with Venezuelan migrants says that these gang members are everywhere, and many of his clients have been threatened by them.
Suspect identified.
Okay, Trace. I don't think anybody can deny, one, we have a problem with immigration. Two, the gang activity from them and what's going on to the citizens of the United States is just an absolute tragedy. It's sickening, honestly. It's sickening.
Here's an interesting one that I just caught. These folks, and again, I feel for them. I really do. But again, we have a United Nations. We have a system in place to handle this. And guess what? It's not worth political capital, so we're not going to use that system. But what's interesting is these folks are so hard up that they need our resources. In that video, right before you stopped, the woman's got a cell phone in her back pocket as she wades across the river.
Right.
How bad are things for them? Got a cell phone. Does she really need unlimited bank card access, when she gets here? Again, it's so hypocritical. You can't make this shit up, man.
No, you really can't. And like you said, those three individuals, they look to be dressed, okay. The clothes weren't rags. And, these people coming into this country, like you said, I get it. There is a very small percentage, I believe, that have needed an asylum. And the other ones, maybe you're not happy with where you live. Well, there's people in the United States not happy with where they live. but you don't make it somebody else's problem.
Here's a thought. Let's swap our assholes for new assholes, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Let's get rid of all these whiny asses that don't like it here. A couple Hollywood types and rock stars, and we'll swap, right?
yeah, the insanity is, there are people living in a city. They don't necessarily want to be in a city. They want to be in the suburbs. There are people out, the young generation of kids that grew up on farms. They don't want to be farmers. Well, they go the other way. They go into like a city type environment. But they don't just lay back and make it somebody else's problem that's supposed to take care of it.
Absolutely.
And, the thing is, not only have these people come in and put a financial hardship, not on any one place, but the entire country as a whole. But the drugs, they are sexually assaulting young ladies, and they're killing them. This has to stop. And the government is just not going to do anything. They're not going to protect the American people. It's mind-numbing. It is absolutely mind-numbing.
Oh, absolutely. And, and it ties in. Look, we changed their title. That way we don't have to apply the law, because we're now calling them immigrants and non-immigrants as opposed to illegal aliens, because there are laws in place that address illegal aliens. And the administration and our government is choosing not to affect those laws and apply them. Well, we changed the definition, right? No, you're just lying to us again.
Well, in the beginning of this, people were coming across, and we stood some chance at stopping them with Title IX or whatever. There was a bunch of things in place that we were able to activate, which is crazy in itself. We are the United States. We can make any laws we want in minutes. So if there's anybody out there that says, well, the laws aren't in place, well, we can make them, can't we? But in the beginning, they also were saying asylum. We're seeking asylum. Well, everybody learned to say asylum, because there are certain laws that when you come into this country and claim asylum, you are to be protected and provided for.
Sure.
And that's where it all stemmed. But everybody started crying out across the United States. So the government, as you said, changed the wording. We just changed the wording.
Yeah.
Oh, and we are being invaded, and our own government is in charge of it.
Yep.
They're running it.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Again,
They're
the next round, the next round of voters, the party members for life.
Yeah, it's sick. All right, well let's take a look at some more of this, and I'll tell you what. Get your Tums, Pepto-Bismol, whatever you use. This is enough to make your stomach gurgle. But all right, here we go.
As a Venezuelan migrant accused of shooting 2 officers after they tried to pull him over for driving the wrong way. But prosecutors say his criminal activity goes much deeper than this one incident.
Fox Eye's Jessica Formosa joins us live from East Elmhurst with what he allegedly fessed up to. Jess.
Natasha and Teresa, he said a lot, and we're going to get to that in just a second. But as you recall, this suspect came into this country illegally a year ago. He was arraigned on a number of charges, including 2 counts of attempted murder in the first degree. He used to live here at this shelter off Ditmars Boulevard, but says he was kicked out. Now, he made a shocking confession to authorities, saying that he is a member the vicious Venezuelan gang, Tren de Aragua, and that gang is smuggling firearms into migrant shelters.
Sky Fox over Linwood this morning, the scene of a federal takedown targeting a criminal street gang. FBI agents and LA County deputies raided 30 homes linked to the South LA gang Florencia 13. Investigators said the gang is responsible for the 2022 killing of LAPD officer Fernando Arroyos. After today's arrest of dozens of gang members, prosecutors unsealed indictments charging 37 people with 3 murders, drug trafficking, and extortion.
He called the owners out-of-state slumlords who are currently being taken to court by the city for allowing their properties to become so dangerous. That property owner and now 3 conservative city council members in Aurora say that the residents and the city are not telling the truth. They claim, without evidence, that the building is actually being closed because it was taken over by a Venezuelan gang.
That building has been a problem for years.
Mountains of garbage, rats, sewage, no electricity. Aurora Mayor Mike Kaufman defends the unprecedented decision by the city to close the entire apartment building at Colfax and Nome.
We've been working with this building and its owners for a very long time. I mean, they're out-of-state slumlords, and they haven't maintained the building.
The landlord from New York has hired a public relations firm out of Florida and now has several of Mayor Kaufman's fellow conservatives on Aurora City Council convinced that the real issue is not years of code violations, but a city cover-up of a takeover of the complex by a Venezuelan gang.
We have a Venezuelan gang problem that has taken over a number of our apartment complexes.
Tren de Aragua, which has its origins at a prison outside of Caracas. The number of gang members escaped in 2023 when the Venezuelan government raided the prison. And
yeah, you're absolutely right. And
that's alarming shit right there. That whole group of gang members with automatic weapons and whatnot, smuggling them in. That's alarming, right? Oh, no problem. Nothing to see here. Sorry, roll.
Yeah, we'll just keep denying it, like it's not really going on.
Yeah.
Here we got multiple gangs, people that have been in prison, and if you didn't catch it, look at that little piece again, where the government went in and raided the prison. Well, doesn't the government run the prison? What are they raiding? I'll tell you what they're raiding. They went in and opened the doors and transported those people to the border to come here so they don't have to pay for people in prison. What do? For God's sakes, man, we hand them a debit card with tens of thousands of dollars on it. We pay them $3,000 a month. We give them food cards. And I've also heard that they have travel cards. They can travel by any public means free of charge.
And we give them hotel rooms in the Ritz-Carlton, right? Pretty much.
Yeah, well, we don't have a way to show people, but if you don't already know, look that up. 5-star hotels full of immigrants. And then when they build them these brand new shelters, by the way, they cost millions of dollars. They have brand new beds. They have 24-hour cooks on duty to feed them anything they want at any time, because we took the stance that they're from all different countries and everybody's from a different time zone. We want to make sure we're able to feed them whenever they're comfortable eating. That's not good enough. These people denied to go to the shelter because the living conditions weren't the same as a 5-star hotel where they had the ability to order room service, anything they wanted, free, absolutely free, anything they wanted, as much as they wanted. The people did their laundry. Staying there was free. It's crazy that nobody is stopping this. And we have people in this country that have fought for the ground that we walk on that are being pushed aside, and it's happening across the United States. It's not any one place. It's not. This is an epidemic, and we need help stopping it. So if you're watching this, please subscribe. Let us know what you think. And here we go. We're going to roll some more of this.
A lot of them have come over within this surge of migrants from Venezuela into the United States.
Let me just tell you that there's no accident in the announcement of this lawsuit, because it was just yesterday that young woman's mother testified before a House congressional committee that's hoping to impeach the DHS director. Today, her attorney says that this lawsuit against DHS is first of its kind. 20-year-old Kayla Hamilton in Aberdeen, Maryland, just days before she was found dead, killed allegedly by a teenager in the U.S. illegally.
He was only living there for 5 days before he brutally killed and raped my daughter.
Her mom, Tammy Nobles, was interviewed on Fox News the same day she testified in the GOP's effort to impeach Homeland Security Director Alejandro Mayorkas.
He's a criminal.
After we...
Oh, brother.
That
impeach hell. He's violated his oath of office, and it's treason. He is guilty of treason for not affecting the laws that provide for the safety of the citizens and this country. Hang that son of a bitch.
Yeah, he should be taken out and just, let's go back to the old stoning.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, that's just my personal opinion. That's not a call to violence or any inflammatory thing. That's just my opinion. But hey, yeah, that's my opinion too. And they've put him in charge of the invasion of this country. And if you watch him in any of the hearings in Congress, I'm telling you, it'll make you nuts. Oh, absolutely. It'll make you, it just freeze your blood. It's insane. And so let's impeach him. What does that do?
Yeah, I mean, take that in a $5 and go somewhere and get a cup of coffee. It's worthless in today's world. We hand them out like, napkins.
Yeah.
We're going to teach. And that's supposed to be strong language so the American people think that something big is going on. We're going after this guy. No, go get him, put him in handcuffs, charge him with treason, put him in jail. The next guy won't do what he's doing, will he? No. Anyways, anything else, Trace?
No, that's it. Roll that footage, brother.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to slow my blood pressure.
MS-13. We were shocked.
For me, this is not a political issue. This is a safety issue for everyone living in the United States. This could have been anyone's daughter.
We are suing for $100 million because we need to make change in this country.
Attorney Brian Claypool is Noble's attorney in a $100 million lawsuit against DHS, accusing the agency of failing to keep a known gang member out of the U.S.
Had Homeland Security done their job, and this was not a hard job to do, lift up a shirt, gang tattoo, phone call to El Salvador, he's on the list, he's back in El Salvador. Kayla Hamilton lives to get married, lives to have a child.
Claypool contends the federal government also failed Kayla by not confirming the then 16-year-old had the required sponsor in the country. He was placed in a rented room in the same trailer where Kayla lived. Once the suspect was under arrest, Homeland Security and Child Protective Services failed to keep the boy in a secure facility.
And the detectives later found out that he was not put in a secure location. They put him in an unsecured children's home with other children.
We believe this is a landmark case that's going to make new law in this country because we are alleging that Homeland Security breached what's called operational negligence. They had a protocol to follow, and they didn't follow that.
We did reach out to the Department of Homeland Security, but actually late in the day, so we didn't expect an answer back. Also, typically a federal agency will say something to the effect of, "We do not comment on pending litigation." Reporting live in downtown LA, I'm Susan Hirosuna, Fox 11 News.
Thank you all for joining today.
Before we get rolling with this clip, I'd just like to go on record as saying that's absolutely. I don't know how many words you can use to describe that. And Trace, that is one of the worst things that anybody can go through. And that little girl, she endured a lot from somebody that should not be here. And they're from Aberdeen, Maryland, which we're both familiar with. It's a small little town. It's on the west coast of the western side of the Susquehanna River. It's a small, out-of-the-way place. Why was this guy even there? How did he get there? It's not, something is wrong. He shouldn't have had access to the interior of the United States and to be able to get to a little town and let's make no mistake, he ended that little girl's life for what?
Yeah. Brother, I can't even express what this is right now. I mean, the anger, the upset at our politicians. Law enforcement, it does what it can, but its hands are tied. America, we need to fix this. We need to fix this. It's got to stop. How many innocent young people have to die?
And it's an epidemic. It's everywhere. So if you think, oh, well, I don't live in New York, I don't live in Chicago, and oh, look what's going on in Aurora, Colorado. I don't live in any of these places. Well, look up on a map where Aberdeen, Maryland is, and then realize, one, you might want to pay attention to the Second Amendment, and you might want to make sure that you're able to protect yourself and others around you, because it can happen anywhere.
Oh yeah, it's happening everywhere. Yeah.
I mean, it's and our government sees it. And, this Kamala Harris, not even a word about it. It's not happening. Just ignore it. And they have this moniker.
Isn't she the border czar?
Yeah, they hung that moniker around her neck. And, this old dumbass, Biden, the buck stops here. Remember that? That's what he said. The buck stops with me. The buck stops with me. Well, when he gets in there and all these problems going on, well, now it's everybody else's fault. It's Trump's fault. It's this person's fault. It's that person's fault. It's everybody's fault. And if somebody doesn't grab this thing by the gutches there and do something, our country is literally going to go under financially, because we cannot provide for that many people that quickly.
You're absolutely right, Dirk. There is no way that this country can continue on the fiscal path that it's on, in spite of what those idiots in Washington say. Brother, we're running a little long. We kind of realize. I think we should trim, this right here and put the rest into a part 2. What do you think?
Okay, yeah, sounds good. I didn't realize we were running long, but yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, we'll. So all you assholes out there watching us, tune in a day or so and catch part 2 of this, and subscribe, whatever. And we're gonna end this right now. But before we go, real quick, hey Dirk, What the hell is a gutches?
Gutches. Well, it's a word that's just come out of nowhere, and I thought I'd spit it out there for just to put a title on something like I don't know. I have no idea what a gutch is, and I would guess that there's not even a definition. Just a word I used, and I think if anybody understood and didn't ask questions, yeah, they belong here. Anyways, you know, and as far as your statement that I'm right, you know, if more people would pay attention, they'll find out that happens a lot. So with that, I'm ready to close. Okay.
All right, brother. See ya.
See ya.
Hey, asshole. Thanks for watching. Hit us up. Let us know what you think. There's plenty more where this came from. Click like, subscribe, and stay tuned in. Become part of the Asshole's Opinion.
Well, that's all, folks.